Thanks for tuning in. Today's going to be a little bit of a heavy video. Today we're going to talk about Mitchel, whose body was found August 30th after leaving Alley Cat Atlanta on August 26th. She was 25 years old. She was an inspiring YouTuber. I honestly thought she could have made it really big because she is really good with editing. She was pretty good at it. And most people, when they start, they can't really put together all their intros and their music, but she was doing pretty good. But she was just starting. However, she wanted to share parts of her life with us, and I appreciate that as a creative myself. So it does break my heart to see her videos now and knowing that she will never post another video again. She was attacked by a man called Jaquavius Arnold, who is 24 years old. And basically this man approached her as a caring citizen. He sees this girl stumbling out of the club and he's offering to help her, but that was absolutely what he didn't do. He did the complete opposite and attacked her when he took her up the parking garage, I assume so she could find her car. And because she didn't accept his advances, he flipped out and decided to not only take her life, but essay her, though she was already deceased, and take her clothes, cover her head with a newspaper, and then leave her body. That is horrendous.
At that point, he said he stripped her clothes. I asked him why he stripped her of her clothes. He said because of DNA. He said he watches TV, he watches how we investigate cases. He took all of her clothes, stuffed it in his book bag. He stuffed her naked body up under the stairwell. He grabbed some newspaper, tried to cover her head. He said he walked out of the parking deck.
Her family has spoken out. They cannot begin to believe how horrific her ending was. I saw in one of her YouTube videos, she went on a family vacation about 7 months ago with her family. She's having such a great time. Seemed like a very family-oriented girl. So for a family to lose someone that they love so much, who they just spent time with, is horrendous. It's undescribable pain that hopefully I never experience. But my heart goes out to her family. But now that we're on this topic, I want to talk about why it's important for us ladies to not go out alone and not go out to drink alcohol or do any substances by ourselves or with people that we do not know, complete strangers. In this case, she was stumbling out of a club by herself. Why was she there by herself? I don't know. Did she meet up with friends while she was there and then decided to leave early? That could have been what happened. But still, have someone walk you to your car. A security guard. Literally your friend that you went to the club with. Because this is something that we don't talk about enough, is that there's so many people that disguise themselves as good Samaritans, that they want to help us, but they see that we're in a vulnerable state and they will strike at any moment. They're looking to take advantage of us while we are inebriated. I remember on my 23rd birthday, I went to a concert all the way in Fort Lauderdale. And I got so smashed, so drunk, I couldn't even walk. I stumbled so much that I remember hurting my knee and falling to the ground and then sort of kneeing in fetal position, crouching in fetal position. And I was there for about 45 minutes and a young man comes up to me. Thankfully, he wasn't a psychopath. He picks me up, cradles me in his arms, and takes me all the way down the steps, kisses my forehead, and puts me in a taxi. And thank God the taxi he put me in was the same taxi that I got out of when I arrived to that concert. And I wouldn't have been so lucky had this person not done this for me? He probably really saw a really vulnerable girl and was like, yeah, not on my watch. We're not going to let this happen today, God. You know? But I thank him. Shout out to that guy who did that. But not every guy is this nice. And it's important for us ladies to stop drinking alone. Stop going to places alone. Even when you go on dates, okay? This wasn't a dating scenario. But when you go on dates, do not drink alcohol. Do not have one drink. Do not have two drinks. Have 0 drinks. Have yourself some water, some ginger ale, or a cranberry juice. Whatever you do, do not have alcohol. Because when you drink, it automatically, even though you think one drink doesn't do nothing to you, it automatically lowers your defenses. It doesn't seem like it, but it does. Little things get swept under the rug. Red flags become orange flags, and that's not what we want. You want to be on high alert and your head on a swivel when you're out and about, especially in these type of atmospheres where there's alcohol, where people are using illicit substances. You need to be on your P's and Q's. Also have your location on so your friends know where you are. Your parents need to know where you are. Your siblings need to know where you are. The other day, my sister, who I just met, and I'm already very worried about her. Me and her connected maybe a few weeks ago. I want to say a month and a half ago. And she told me she went on a date the other day, and I was worried. I was texting her, is everything okay? And she tells me that she had one drink with this guy. And then after that, you know, he said, hey, let's take a walk. And they walked a few blocks. And she's like, well, where are we going? He's like, oh, my house is right over there. We could go over there real quick. Maybe have some more drink, and then you could go home. And she, you know, God bless her. She went and hung out with this guy. But that could have went badly because I knew what that guy was up to. She told me play by play what he was saying and doing. And of course, you know what he wanted. She ended up leaving. Thank God. But not every woman gets lucky. Not every woman has the wits to just do that. Not every woman is sober enough to make the right decision. This is why it is important for us to stop drinking when we go out. If you want to have a drink in your house with your loved ones and your best friends. Do not do that outside. I recommend if you're going to go on a date, especially, do not drink before or after that date. Absolutely not. Do not drink pre-game. Do not pre-game before you go on this date because you don't want to drink on the date. Because the not drinking on the date is not about not looking like an alcoholic. It's about not having your guard down. It's about you not changing the chemistry of your brain to where your guard starts lowering slowly. This is important for us to do. And I don't think we take it seriously enough. What happened to Mitchel, dang, I don't know if it could have been avoided. And I'm only speaking because I don't really know what happened in that club. I don't know if she was she was having a good time with her friends, whatever. And then she was like, I really got to go home because I got to go to work in the morning. So I'm just going to catch an Uber. I don't know if that's what happened. I don't know if she was like, I really just want to go, home because my head hurts. I don't know. I don't know if she was looking for her car in this garage. I'm assuming that might have been what happened. She was looking for her car and he, quote unquote, wanted to help her. But either way, unfortunately, this happened to her. And I'm not saying that this can't happen to you while sober. I'm just saying there's a higher chance that you can't fight off a predator when you are not sober. Michelle Dang's family said she told them she was meeting up with friends at Alley Cat, Atlanta of Lower Alabama Street. The venue describes itself as Atlanta's home for house and techno music parties. She was really excited for that night, Mary recalled. That's one of her family members. On Saturday night, Victor Calderon, a legendary NYC DJ and Grammy-winning producer, was booked along with international performing artist Gianmarco Orsini. Mitchel recorded a video of her outfit for the night and probably posted it on social media. She went casual, comfortable. She said, "I'm just going to dance my heart away," in the live video. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. She didn't return home that Saturday night. Her family started to worry, and at first they didn't suspect that something went down, but the days were passing and she wasn't picking up the phone. She wasn't showing up. And so the week went on, and the family started freaking out, and they contacted Atlanta police. And then on Wednesday, August 30th, 4 days after her disappearance, the officers found her. And it was the saddest day of her family's life. It's so sad that you can't enjoy yourself. You can't have a nice evening with your friends without something going awry. Nowadays, it's just too dangerous to even talk to a dude, to even say, "Oh, hey." If you say, "No, I'm not interested," all of a sudden you're all types of B's and C's and everything else under the sun. It's so sad. She did not deserve to go out like this. And this could happen literally to anyone. Like I told you the story of me going out and getting shit-faced drunk. It could have happened to me. This guy was arrested. Jaquavius was arrested. And I don't know why he did it. It's unclear why he did it. He was sitting there in the courtroom crying. Like, oh, now you feel bad? Now you're sad? He even took her credit cards and made purchases with it. Like, what? So not only do you take this girl's life and you R-word her while she's not here with us, and then you take her credit card and start making purchases all willy-nilly? That is insane. Why would you think that you weren't going to be tracked down? That's a paper trail. What a... Ugh. And he took her clothes off because he said he seen a couple of CSI shows and he didn't want his DNA on there. He's seen enough shows to know to get rid of these kind of evidences. What a Looney Tune. Her family says that at nighttime they sleep together in her room. Oh man, that's so sad. Her family stays together and they feel the emptiness. Her father's depressed. Her youngest sister misses her advice, especially when it came to boys. She said that her sister was a role model to her. Yeah, Mitchel was a sweet girl. You could tell she was really sweet. She loved cooking very much. She was trying to break out of her fear of filming herself. And I get that completely as a creative. It can be a little nerve-wracking. So, oh man, she had so much life to live. He abducted this woman against her will. And it resulted into her death. And this guy had already warrants. He already had committed several crimes. And he was out on the street. And that's the thing about this. You never know who you're going to run into who has a rep sheet of crimes they've committed against other human beings, especially out in these environments. You never know. For some reason, I personally feel you're going to find the worst of the worst people late at night in places where it's easier to hide yourself in plain sight because there's so many other things happening at the same time. People are clubbing, people are doing this, people are doing that, there's screaming, there's music, dancing. There's so much movement. It's so much easier to hide in plain sight in those places. And this is why I don't go out to clubs. And when I do go out with my friends, we are leaving together. We are not talking to guys. And if guys talk to us, yeah, sure. But you're not going to walk me to my car. No, thank you. No, thank you. If I'm really scared, I'm going to ask a security guard. I'm going to ask a security guard. If I'm really scared, I will make my Uber take me to my damn car, even if it's 3 blocks away. That's how worried I am. Because the world is getting worse and worse and worse. Guys are getting weirder and weirder. You know, the atmosphere, and maybe I'm the kind of person that just thinks too far ahead, and I'm an overthinker, but I understand the atmosphere right now, like the dating atmosphere, people decriminalizing things, you know, like laws being decriminalized, and so many weirdos walking around the street. The fact that I'm aware of this, it makes me even more paranoid, because I know that so many more men are thirsty and lonely and angry and bitter, and they're watching horrendous content. Okay? And then we got all these other criminals who continuously get out of jail no matter what they do. And you put these people together at midnight until 5 a.m. I have to be extra careful when I go out this late. I do. But I keep that in the front of my mind when a guy talks to me. I'm not saying every dude's a weirdo. Every guy is extremely thirsty to the point that they would do this to me. But I'm saying it's a 50-50 chance. It's not the same for women. It's not a 50-50 chance for a woman to do this to you. So scary out there. Ladies, please be safe. Keep your location on for your parents to know, your family to know, your best friends to know where you're at. Keep pepper spray on you, the gel kind. Also, get yourself like a safety stick, those rods that you could, you know, elongate and hit whoever's trying to hurt you, whoever's trying to attack you. And just don't drink or do any illicit substances outside of your home. Just don't do it. Don't. It's not worth it. Rest in peace to Mitchel, dang. You didn't deserve it. You were a sweet girl. You were just trying to have a good time. This guy freaking ruined it. And I hope that your parents find peace someday and heal through this horrendous experience. And that they watch over your little sister and give her this advice. And that your sister hangs out with people she can trust and who will also respect her boundaries about not drinking out in public, and or can do something a little bit more conservative, because it's just not safe right now to be out and about, especially when you're this tiny itty bitty girl. It's just not safe. This is something that I was thinking about. I was really sad about it, and I wanted to bring it to y'all's attention, how careful we need to become, because the environment, the social environment, the entertainment environment, the environment in general is trashier and dangerous now more than ever, and we need to protect our souls, our spirits, our bodies, our minds. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.